Good Sunday morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing. The next few days looking at impacts Sunday, today through Tuesday. Just occasional showers, mixed wet and dry with some lightning across parts of southern Utah spreading into southern Nevada. Maybe creeping a bit further north into central Nevada as we go into Tuesday. Those are the main impacts. We did have some lightning here on the right-hand side across eastern Utah. We had a little strike here in Nevada. Precipitation fairly light here, basically less than a quarter inch. A few localized pockets of a quarter to a half inch. Some of this could be an overestimate due to radar coverage. Initial attack fairly light today, about a dozen new fire starts. Existing fires in the yellow, team fires, large fires in the open purple circles through parts of Idaho into northern Nevada. Observe precipitation. You can see how dry we have been across a good portion of the Great Basin, especially all of Nevada, western Utah, into parts of the Arizona Strip and far southern Idaho. Wetness a bit further north. If we look on the right-hand side, we see that the eastern half of Utah is fairly wet. So it's really in the past 7 days we started drying out, and in those drier pockets we've seen fires popping up again. Fuel-wise, we've also seen ERCs creep back up gradually. Driest areas here across northwestern Utah through much of the northern half of Nevada into the southern sliver of Idaho into the Snake River Plain. Still moist further north, but those ERCs, you can see by the upward arrows, are starting to creep upwards. Satellite imagery, not much to show. We're in between high pressure off the Southern California coast and low pressure up in British Columbia, kind of a zonal flow, and this big spread between this height line here across southern Idaho and the one in Southern California indicates a fairly light wind field overall. We don't have much in the way of clouds. So here's that upper level map. Again, a big spread between these height lines through here, light winds. Dry air, though, starting to come in. I'll continue drying us out here. Large fire potential on the right-hand side. You can see the winds here on the left-hand side, very light across Nevada and Utah, mainly light slope-driven, 5 to 10 miles per hour mostly, maybe 10 to 20 miles per hour here across the central Snake River Plain. Spotty precipitation here across southern parts of Utah into parts of the Arizona Strip. Similar map again on Monday here on the left. Dryness levels, a few more pockets of drier PSA starting to creep in now. We see again winds fairly light, maybe a small area of gusts near 30 miles per hour in the afternoon across the central Snake River Plain and parts of the central Wasatch. Otherwise spotty convection across southern Utah, starting to creep a bit further northwards and also into parts of southern Nevada. On Tuesday, again, not much to speak of. A little trough of low pressure off the northern California coast might start to develop the threat of some convection across far western Nevada. We'll have to watch that for now. Dryness levels here on the right-hand side. And you can see here that across the Sierra, convection, thunderstorms starting to pop up, may be creeping into far western Nevada. We'll see, but the main area will be across southern central Nevada into southern central Utah. Fuels in most of these areas may support ignitions in some spots, but probably not large fire spread right away. We'll see how that plays out. Winds overall fairly light, except some of these outflow boundaries in the vicinity of thunderstorms. Precipitation in the next 3 days, maybe a tenth to a quarter inch across the mountains, the higher terrain of southern Utah near Cedar City. Otherwise, just spotty amounts here and there. And go further down the road on Wednesday, an area of convection here we may have to watch across northeastern Nevada into southern Idaho. These fuels are drier. Let's see if the models continue to play that scenario. That may be a concern. You can see the dryness levels are here. Those areas are quite dry, as is a good portion of northern Utah and parts of even southeastern Idaho. On Thursday, trough of low pressure developing off the British Columbia coast. You see the tight packing of these yellow height lines. That means increasing wind starting to come on in. And it's actually going to be Friday. We see a good packing of these winds starting to come into maybe southern, south central Idaho, or western Idaho into western Nevada. And it'll be on Saturday we see the strongest winds here, and a tongue of dry air from southern Idaho into a good portion of Nevada and Utah. That could be an issue for wind. We don't have high risk yet. It's way down the road, but something we are concerned about and keeping an eye on. Precipitation over the next 7-day total period, not much different from the 3-day. And the extended outlook, a return to hot conditions above normal across especially the southern half of the Great Basin. and drier than normal across most areas, either normal or drier than normal as you head further north. So fire season not over yet. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.